Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy Saturday. Today we are not going to be opening up Cardsmith currency cards, but we're going to be opening up my favorite Bob Ross cards. I actually was so shocked when I realized that they sell Bob Ross cards because I've only ever opened up Cardsmith currency cards. So I always thought that maybe all their cards have something to do with money. But here we are, and this is a series one. I don't know how many series there are for Bob Ross. I think this one's probably kind of old. But anyways, my lovely man got all these for me. I actually have a giant box of 12, so I just kind of like pulled the first one. I usually will like pick the one like in the middle. I don't think that does anything though, because when I was doing that for the Cardsmith Currency Series 4, like I kept trying to pick like the ones in the middle. It wasn't until like near the end of the box that I finally pulled like a crypto redemption card. Hi there, Ethan. Welcome. So I'm not sure if that really does anything. It's really just based on luck. But I will say I was super, super lucky the last time I opened up my Cardsmith Currency 4, because not only did you guys see me open up a crypto card, like a crypto redemption card where I scratched it and I got 0.001 Bitcoin, which at the time I think it was like $80. Now I think Bitcoin is getting closer, inching closer to 90,000. So I guess if I pull a 0.001 Bitcoin crypto redemption card, it'll be like $90. Of course, I would like a whole Bitcoin one of these days, but so far, not yet. There is hope though. So these Cardsmith Bob Ross cards, there's a lot of different ones in here. So I'll just read the back because this is my first time opening one. I'm going to open one, then I'm going to go eat dinner. So it says Bob Ross Trading Card Series 1 through more than 400 episodes of The Joy of Painting. Wow, I didn't know he had 400 episodes. I never actually watched like a full episode, but I've seen like a documentary on Bob Ross, and he seems like a very interesting, good at marketing person. And just like really fun videos. Bob Ross assured us that everyone has creativity, that anyone can pick up a brush. He taught us how to turn feelings into fields and foliage, into mountains and woods with happy little trees. I do remember that. And he was like, there's no mistakes, only happy accidents or something like that. Now his art comes to life in a new way. This official trading card set features many of his lush and lovely paintings, plus original work from some of the many artists he inspired. You'll see new portraits featuring his ready smile and trademark perm, and whimsical illustrations based on his pastimes. So I did watch a documentary on him. I think it's probably on Netflix. I don't know if it's still out there now, but check it out. I was curious if his hair was naturally like this, but no, it's. And at one point in his life, like I guess he didn't have hair like this, and it was like I think before he got super super famous, he decided to do this. I don't know. I think it just clearly works for him, because I think at one point people were selling plants, and maybe they still do, and you can like grow your own like little Bob Ross hair in a plant. So it's just like all types of good marketing. It's like his own special brand. So anyways, you'll see new portraits based on his past lifetimes, from his lifelong love of animals, including rescued wildlife, to his sports cars and more. Okay, I didn't know he had sports cars. And you'll find many of Bob's paintings rarely ever seen outside his TV show. Beautiful, haunting works like The Footbridge and Full Moon, now collectible for the first time. It's no happy little accident. Bob Ross is back. Get all 60 base cards, chase down variants, and enjoy special surprise cards as well. It says approximate odds of finding per pack is collector parallel, rainbow holofoil 1-1, collector parallel hyperwave holofoil 1-2, cold foil painting cards, which I feel like probably looks like the cold foils that we get in the currency Cardsmith currency cards. I feel like I can recognize a cold foil probably. Cold foil painting cards are 1-6. Gemstone refractor is 1-13. So ratio getting harder here. And then artist refractor is 1/48. Culture shocks, SHOKZ, is 1/96. And multi-burst is 1/96. So it doesn't explain it here, but I did look it up on Reddit, and it says that you can also get crypto cards from this. It's like just like but it's not going to look like this. So this is my series 2 currency trading cards. Congratulations. My crypto redemption card, which I said I'm not going to scratch. I'm saving this baby until Bitcoin, hopefully, not financial advice, your own DD, entertainment purposes only, hopefully goes over $100,000 one of these days. So, I mean, not 100,000, new all-time high. So if it goes to like 110,000, then I'm going to scratch this one. And hopefully I have the one with a full Bitcoin. Highly, highly doubt it. So over here, we apparently can get crypto cards, which is kind of wild. But I looked it up on Reddit, and somebody posted a picture of their Bob Ross poll, and they pulled what's called a grandma gnome. So I think there's like, I don't know if there's like a daddy gnome and like a baby gnome and I don't know, cousin gnome, but there's a grandma gnome. And instead of having like a scratcher situation, it looks like it's just a card that has this grandma gnome on it holding a Bitcoin gem, and it says 0.001 BTC. So I don't know, because it doesn't say on this box here. There's like really no explanation as to, you know, that there's even, it says there's surprise card. So I guess gnome is one of them. So I guess I could pull like just straight up a 0.001 of a BTC, which is kind of what I just got from the currency series 4 scratcher thing. So yeah, I guess you just find out how much you get. I don't know if you just end up selling that card or do you send it back to Cardsmith. I'll find out later on if I even pull one. So this is going to be our first box. I'm super excited. You can read the back if, you know, that's what I was reading earlier. If you want to smash the like button if you haven't already. And I guess, yeah, right before we open the cards, I do want to talk about how I'm a little like, I think everyone's getting whiplash if you're in America right now, just like looking at the news and the tariffs and Trump and whatnot. But did you know, like I'm seeing this from Yahoo Finance, but I saw it on another post on Instagram that, okay, we know that he's raising tariffs. I think he said it was like what, 145%. I don't know if it's implemented yet or that's the plan. But anyways, he said 145 to China because they were retaliating, right? And everybody who didn't retaliate didn't get the super high crazy tariffs. And China, I think, slapped back with like about 125%. And they said that doesn't matter what the US is going to do, they're not going to raise it to any higher numbers. But obviously, like even 100% is already insane. So that's all we knew for like, I guess, the last 2 weeks. And then a couple days ago, when we already knew that he's raising tariffs and tariffs are raised with China, I see news about allegedly Apple flew like 5 planes or whatever to avoid paying the higher tariffs because they like put all these iPhones into these planes and then they flew it back and forth like 5 planes. That's what I read online. Okay. And I was like freaking out because I'm like, wow, I guess Apple is not going to be treated any different than any other company. That's kind of crazy because Apple is such a huge part of our economy, right? Like you would think America wants to be great again. You would want to take care of one of the largest companies in your entire economy, right? Like this is $1 trillion company and the first company to ever reach $1 trillion from my memory. But anyways, just when I thought that they were going to get treated equally, like the mom and pop shops that are absolutely getting decimated right now due to the high tariffs, because if you're just a mom and pop shop and you're buying from China, whether it be like, I don't know, bags or items, beads to make things in America and then sell to other Americans or whatever, you're getting destroyed because you're paying crazy high tariffs and they're not getting a break from that. And I thought at one point that Apple is just like basically going to get the same treatment as these mom and pop shops, but I was totally wrong because this is from Yahoo Finance. You can look it up yourself. Apparently, Trump has quietly, it states here. So let me just read it to y'all. Trump tariff live updates. This is posted today, Saturday, April 12th, 2025. Cell phones, chips, and laptops get a reprieve from tariffs. China hikes tariffs on U.S. goods to 125%. And even gives you a little timeline how the U.S.-China trade war blew up a timeline. So I guess it started February 1st, which seems crazy because we're already into April, like mid-April soon. Days after taking office, Trump imposes a new 10% tariff on all Chinese products. This is February 1st. That's on top of existing tariffs from his first term and from Biden era. Then February 4th, China retaliates with a 15% tariff on U.S. coal and liquefied natural gas and a 10% tariff on crude oil, agriculture, machinery, and large cars. March 3rd, Trump raises the U.S. tariff on Chinese imports, another 10%, cumulative new tariff 20%. March 4th, China counters with a 15% tariff on U.S. chicken, wheat, corn, and cotton, and a 10% tariff on sorghum, soybeans, pork, beef, aquatic products, fruit, vegetable, and dairy products. Mind you, China is like the biggest producer of like everything, right? So they can literally just slap a huge tariff on everything and we're all just basically going to get wrecked. So anyways, the list keeps going on. You could go check it on who. But here we have featured, this is posted today. Trump administration quietly excludes many electronics from reciprocal tariffs. So President Donald Trump's administration is exempting smartphones, computers, and other electronics from its so-called reciprocal tariffs. Bloomberg reported Saturday, giving tech shoppers and companies like Samsung and Apple a reprieve from much higher costs. So guess what? While the mom and pop shops are paying those crazy high taxes, I guess Apple is exempt. No shocker there, but it is kind of sad, I feel like, to see, because it's not fair, right? Like, this literally just ends up destroying small little companies that can't pay up the tariffs, and Apple, who would have probably also been destroyed as well, they get a deal. They get a break. And that's not like making headlines. He's obviously not going to talk about that at the White House and be like, oh yeah, like, so you guys are all be paying like 145%, while we're doing these tariffs with China and possibly raising it higher. But, Apple gets a break because it's Apple. How does that even make sense? That kind of pisses me off. Anyways, so Bob Ross, we got 2 packs in here. I think it's the same concept as these smaller packs. Just like the Cardsmith currency ones. So it's 5 in each pack. And we got 2 of them. So I'm just going to open 2 for now. Like I said, I have a whole box of 12 that I'm going to keep opening, and hopefully I'll get to see one of these grandma gnomes or grandpa gnomes or whatever. I would like a grandpa gnome. Ooh, these are really cute. Look at that. Mountains. It's very pretty. I'm excited. I don't know Bob Ross art, to be honest. But I just watch, like I said, like partial videos, and I've seen like partial videos through the documentary and like on YouTube. I think he's a wonderful artist, and I think like it's more about the vibe. Like, it's the vibe and the energy that he brings through his videos, and it's very calming, relaxing the way he describes his art. All right. Ooh, I guess that's our first card here. Black Waterfall puzzle card, 2 of 9. Puzzle card. Oh my gosh, I guess you could get like all 9 of these and then create like a little painting. That's cool. I guess this is part of his art. So you get to see at the back. This is so different from the Cardsmith currency ones. It's like, it's just the currency ones have like all this explanation. This is just like straight up art. Interesting. Ooh, this one's pretty. Okay, this one has words. This one has a lot of words. This is really nice. Okay, I like this one more than the one we just pulled. Okay, this is the footbridge. Any Bob Ross fan can tell you that nature is what he really likes to paint. We try to make painting simple enough that everybody can do it. Bob would remark, even with very limited amounts of practice. When I was a kid, I used to, with a string, make Jacob's ladders. I don't know what that is. This looks like that, sort of. Maybe this is Jacob's bridge. Who knows? I like to fish, though I'm not a very good fisherman. I catch the old fish and put a Band-Aid on his mouth and pat him on the back and put him back in the water and wish him well. That's so cute. And maybe I'll be lucky and get the chance to catch him again one day. I guess my love of animals was probably instilled by my mother. Bob Ross, 1991. That was a quote. So this is painting reference 2412, it says. It says painting tip. To make the footbridge, use Bob's uniquely designed painting knife to shape the bridge with mixture of Van Dyke brown and dark sienna. Wow, I didn't even know those colors. This is Cardsmith 2023. So I guess this box is like really, really old. Interesting. So it looks like this at the back. Look at all those words. There's a lot more like reading material than there is for the currency ones, but this is really, really pretty. I like that. Wow. Wonder what happened to all his art, because like through the documentary, I learned that like he basically started working with his company, and I think they owned his name or something like that. Anyways, do your own DD. This is like, I'm just off my memory, so maybe I'm wrong about it, but I think there was a lot of like legal issues when it came down to him working with a company, and possibly a lot of issues with the company and maybe artistic direction. I think they had like some disputes and issues. Ooh, well, this is really, really shiny. I don't know what this one's called, but Lakeside Cabin. Bob Ross implored you to just let your imagination go crazy. He said, just like a cloud, just float around the sky, have a good time. That's all. Oh my God, he's so wise. That's all. Now, when you are doing this, just sort of relax and be calm and peaceful. Enjoy your life. This really, really should bring you a lot of good feelings here. Should make you happy. Painting should really make you happy. If it doesn't make you happy, then you are doing the wrong thing. Painting reference 802. Another painting tip. Bob used 1-inch brush to make his clouds on this painting. Use tiny circular strokes to shape the clouds, allowing some to float right off the canvas. I will say this about painting, like I like painting, but I definitely think just like cooking and painting in a sense, you need the right tools. Like when I'm like trying to cut a steak and I don't have the right knife, or once I got a better knife set, what is my knife set thing called? It's the one with the, oh my god, how did I forget the name? It's the one with the two twin dudes. It doesn't say the name on it, so I forgot. Hirsch. Oh my god, this is bothering me. Sorry, I have to search it. I think it's German. Best German brand knife set. Zwilling J.A. Henkels. Just remember, it was like hard to remember. Zwilling. Okay, my Zwilling knives. Those make really like a big difference. So I think with painting, same thing. Sometimes you just feel like you're really bad at painting because you're probably maybe using a brush that's too big for the thing that you're drawing or too small. So I think once you get that right, it definitely helps. Ooh, another shiny card. This one is called Blue Moon. Well, I did not know that Bob Ross painted this either. Blue Moon. Bob Ross was known for his painting, knives, and brushes, but he wasn't afraid to get in touch with his paintings either. On this one, he used his fingers. Now, maybe we'll put a little moon up here. We can do some finger painting. I'll just take a finger here and go right up to where you want the moon and just push in a little circle. That's all. I think this will give all our friends in Florida and anywhere else that wants to paint a seascape an idea of how to do a fantastic little seascape that works so easy and that makes you happy. There, just like that. He's all about happiness, this dude. Painting tip: how to make the moon. Use some titanium white on your finger and rub a little circle on the canvas. That's it, he says. I guess he did it, that moon, with his finger, which is pretty amazing because it looks like it was done with a special brush or something. Okay, no gnome yet for me. This is the last one of the 5-pack, and I have another 5, and then we're done with this little booster pack, I guess. Son of a gum. That's a pretty nice tree for being done that quick. What? Okay, I don't know what kind of card this is, but that's what it says at the back. Son of a gum. GUM. Oh, I don't know if Bob Ross painted this, but that's pretty funny. It's a tree. It's like a tree painting Bob Ross. It's the opposite. It's a parallel universe. Okay. The second pack we have, and a booster pack of 10. These go really, really quick. So even though I do have 12, I feel like there's just not a lot. I might not be able to pull a gnome. Hold on. Okay. This one. Ooh, okay. I'm holding it upside down. Okay. I'm glad that there's words at the back so I know. This is another. Okay. This is Black Waterfall puzzle card 9 of 9. I feel like there's probably a lot of puzzle cards out there. And it's going to take me a long time because that puzzle is not the same as the other one I just got. Secluded Beach. Ooh, I like it. I like all types of waves, like ocean paintings and stuff. Bob Ross liked working with different materials. On this piece, he used black canvas to achieve his vision of the beach. These black canvases are fantastic for seascapes. Personally, I would rather do the seascapes on black canvas than on white because your black and your dark really is already there. Coming at things from a different angle is why he was good at rendering these slices of nature. Painting tip: the basic shape of the rock in the foreground is made using Van Dyke brown, and the knife he added a little dark sienna to shape the rock. Oh, so that's similar to the previous, what was used before, the Vienna and the sienna? Dark sienna to shape the rock. Van Dyke brown. Wonder if those are just colors. I feel like those are like paint colors. Maybe a special paint colors. Oh my god, I got something good. Okay. I don't know how valuable this is. is, but I feel like it should be up there because there's only 25 of these cards. Okay. I guess it goes to show that I don't have to pick from the middle because I was totally gonna pick. This is my first pack of the 12 today. That my man gave me, and I only just chose like the one right up in the front instead of picking the one in the middle. So this is out of 25. Not gonna tell you my number at the top here, but it's out of 25 and it's called Ebony Sea. Wow, it's really pretty. Oh, I feel like the painting's already really nice. It's like magical. It's like some fantasy world realm. And then the outside edge with like the reflection is just even cooler. So this is called Ebony Sea. Along with painting, Bob Ross was a storyteller. He encouraged those following him to craft a narrative for themselves as they painted. Quote, make little stories up when you're doing this, he said. Little sounds. Think you're at the ocean. Think of the sounds, how the waves feel, the wind blowing in your face. All these things help put you in the mood to do paintings like these. You know, one of the hardest things in the world is to figure out when to stop. Painting reference 203. Use, and then this is his painting tip, use the 1-inch brush to highlight your trees. Keep in mind, I don't even think I have a 1-inch brush. Now I want one. Keep in mind, the closer to the sun, the brighter the highlights, always leaving darks in between. The closer to the sun. That does make sense. Closer to the sun, the brighter the highlights. Like, I guess more white here. Always leaving darks in between. Oh, like leaving dark, maybe like the dark clouds in between here. Anyways, I'm going to block out my number out of 25, but that's where it says like out of 25. So this is the Ebony Sea card. Yay! I'm so glad that on my first pack, my first Bob Ross booster pack, I was already able to get a serial number card. Since it's out of 25, because the crypto ones I've gotten, some of them are out of 75, some of them are out of like 3. That's probably like the best one I've ever pulled. I've never pulled an Onyx, which is like 1 of 1, but I've pulled 1 of 3, which is like one of my best pulls. I pulled out of 25 as well, out of 75, and then there's like over 100, which is obviously less valuable. I wonder which one this is. I feel like this might be a gemstone refractor, 1 out of 13, or it could be an artist refractor. Yeah, I don't think it's as rare as a Culture Shocks, whatever that is, because it's out of 96. So almost done here. Keep pulling. This one, ooh, this has a little quote. Anything that you try and you don't succeed, if you learn from it, it's not a failure. That's such a nice quote. I love it. I really like this card. Man, look at that. I think that's so inspirational. Did he come up with that? I don't know. It doesn't say it's Bob Ross's quote, but maybe he said it. I feel like that's something he would say. Anything that you try and you don't succeed, if you learn from it, it's not failure. I feel like there's a lot of philosophers probably from other places that also say this. I really like that card. That's a nice card. Okay, last one. This is Bob Ross Black Waterfall puzzle card 5 of 9. Oh, I think we already have a black waterfall, right? So I guess I'm collecting. I'm almost there. I mean, there's 9 of them, so I'm gonna need more to create like a full painting. I don't know what happens. Do people like just keep the whole thing together, put it up on the wall or something? But there we go, another black waterfall. And that's it, guys. That is my first booster box ever from Bob Ross Trading Cards Series 1. And I think I did a pretty good job. We already got a gemstone. I'm super excited. I hope within these 12, which I will slowly open up through live streams and whatnot, I hope that I'll eventually get a grandma gnome card or like a baby gnome card. I only seen one. You can find it on Reddit. I love Reddit. I love how people just post things that they get. But here I am. I'll just do live streams with the cards that I pull. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, Ethan, for commenting from Mongolia. And I'm going to go eat. Hope you guys do well. Good luck in your portfolios. I just want to say, I guess, about trading, whether you're new to it or you've been trading for a while. I'm just happy that like we're in it, you know, because to me, I've been there. I've been a much longer part of my life that I have lived. I did not understand the stock market or the crypto market didn't exist. But mainly I just like never really understood investing. I knew nothing about finance. I feel like I still only know like less than 30% of all of the terms and all of the different types of calculations and all the things that you're supposed to know about the stock market and just the economy overall, I definitely know like less than 30%, despite all the thousands up until now, like video and content that I've seen, trying to like self teach. But I'm just glad that I'm in it because I feel that if I was not invested in the market, I'm literally just losing money. Like if I only had all the money that I ever made, ever saved as placed in my bank account or like in a wallet just of cash, it would just literally, it is decreasing in value like every single day, every single second. And especially with all this crazy news that you get. And if you're not using it to your advantage of buying your favorite stock when it's like dipping for no reason, not because like the company is doing anything wrong, but because Trump decided to raise tariffs. Like I feel like this is like an opportunity of a lifetime. And I think a lot of people who might be like too young to even be trading in the market, depending on what country you live in and the rules, I think a lot of folks are going to look back and be like, man, that was so easy. I wish I was old enough to have traded. Or I think a lot of people who aren't trading right now might look back and be like, oh my gosh, you know, like, because this is a time, anytime there is volatility, I feel like in the market, and that's having lived through the pandemic and having traded and made money off the market, it is an opportunity. Like, as much as it sucks that all of this is happening, and I don't see, unfortunately, I see opportunities for people who choose to invest and invest right, and then don't know how long it's going to take for them to see gains. But I do feel like a lot of people are going to make a lot of money. A lot of people are going to make the wrong decisions, sell when it's crashing and buy when it's going high and lose money. That's just kind of how the market works. But for sure, I think if you are not a part of it at all and you're just like watching the news and just going crazy, a lot of people are also just going to end up losing jobs, and a lot of people are just going to end up getting wrecked from all of this. So I feel like any bad situation, try your best to pick it apart the best you can and do the best you can, I guess, with whatever hand that you're dealt in whatever country you're in. So take care, guys. Thank you. Smash like button on your way out. If you also buy these Bob Ross cards, let me know if you've ever pulled any gnomes. I hope that's pretty likely, and I would really love to pull a gnome card, and let me know what happens after you pull a gnome card. Like, do you just keep it? Do you send it back to the company like I do my crypto cards, and then you receive the 0.001 Bitcoin, which is probably what I'm going to pull? Yeah, let me know. Take care. Check out my other playlists. I'll be back next time, and I'll see you guys soon.